Here's how I made my daughter's Poison Ivy costume for New York Comic Con. First, I started off by buying these Poison Ivy faux leaves from Hobby Lobby, and I just picked them off of the stems there and then, put them in piles according to their size and color. Then I went ahead and used the E6000 fabric glue, and I glued the leaves onto the bodysuit that I purchased for her. This was fairly easy. I thought it was actually going to take longer than expected, but it went by fairly quick. And as I got to the top part of her bodysuit, I decided to give it a little design, so I went in with the lighter color leaves towards the bottom of the bodysuit, and then at the top I made this trim in a darker color. And I also did the same thing to the front. Now, I wish that I would have, did a little bit more research before just gluing these leaves on prior to taking any measurements or anything, or understanding how the glue dried, because it dried really stiff and I eventually had to go in and make some alterations. But again, I also glued the leaves onto these green socks. Now here is where I wanted to create the red headband for my daughter. I based it off of Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy costume. She had these red roses going across the top of her hair, and I wanted to recreate that for my daughter. That's why I decided to just put these faux florals on a headband, hoping that my daughter would wear it all throughout Comic-Con. But that didn't actually last. Well, let me tell you, if you have a toddler, don't do this. I ended up, well, not me, but my daughter ended up losing the headband at Comic-Con. And I also created these glasses that had the Poison Ivy leaves on it. Uma Thurman had the leaves pasted onto by her eyes, so I couldn't do that to my daughter, so I just added it onto the glasses. And this is how the glasses came out. Really cool. She was able to wear them. I was practicing with her to make sure that she didn't take off the glasses. I did have to, like I said, go and make alterations and cut the bodysuit down the middle because it did not have a snap piece, and here's how it came out.